Morning everybody, this is my very first video here on YouTube there, and I'd like to discuss here one of my hobbies I've had for quite a number of years. I've had this back in my early days of high school. As a collective, I paint pewter miniatures, well mostly pewter. Some of them come in plastic, and they're starting to bring out new resin models these days. But they usually go with anything that you're doing with role-playing or tabletop wargaming, where you have huge tables of armies of these guys. I have been collecting a few of them every year, and that was something I would do every summer. What you see here is a sample of vast majority of my fantasy ones, couple of sci-fi ones. I have a fully painted Space Marine army of the Dark Angels chapters from Warhammer 40,000. But in most cases, I would just pick out ones that I like and just sort of paint them up and just store them away. I have rarely ever played any of these games. But they can come from many different companies. Some of my early ones are from Ral Partho. I was heavily into the Dragonlance series when I was a kid, so I collected many of the heroes and such. But you know, I have some werewolves. I like them. Some Lord of the Rings. I have a Sauron. Most of these that you see here I painted. There's two of them right now that I can see. Well, about four that a friend of mine did. He painted them before I got started into it, because he was the only one that got started at the time. Case in point is this tall one right here, the Dragon King from Athos, from the Dark Sun series. A friend of mine, my friend did this, and when I started painting on my own, it just kind of. I never realized putting them all together like this. And it's not even all of them. I still have about 3 cases of mostly my Space Marines. But I left a few of my fantasies over here due to lack of room on the table. So let me show you a little close-up of what I got here. Let's see. It's a Dreadnought from Warhammer 40,000. The Green Knight, who some of you may recognize from Arthurian Legend, but this is also a miniature from the Warhammer line. A Dark Elf General. Sorry if this is not too clear, my first video, please forgive me. Some Velociraptors. And various heroes and villains. Some of you may recognize these from the series of books they came from. This chariot here was one of the first miniatures I actually painted. Actually, this was, I can remember this one was the first miniature I ever painted. It was this along with 2 other guys. Let's see if I can. Oh, yeah, right down below. These 2 purple guys are Gith. These 3 right here were the first ones I painted first night. So that got me started on everything. Let's see as I move along. Some werewolves. As I say, in most cases, they're just ones that I like, and I just paint them up. But it's something I've been doing for years. Now, bear in mind, I graduated back in 1998, and I've been doing this about my sophomore year in high school. It's always about a handful of miniatures I've done. Of course, it adds up over time. They come from all sorts of gaming products. Let me back up a little bit. But if you're new and you ever want to get started on this, you might be intimidated by seeing all of these. And it's like, wow, I don't know if I can ever do this. My suggestion is start small. Grab 1 or 2 that you know you like, and then go from there. But I'm going to put myself back on here. See if I can get myself repositioned. Earlier ones don't look so impressive compared to what I could do now. Of course, that's about true with anything you develop your skill on. For instance, a lot of the stuff there I just put flat out paint on them. Much as they look good for what they are, Later, I started to find out not just about acrylic paints, which I use for all my miniatures. They dry within your lifetime, and you can get just about any color you want. Depending on which brand, they vary in price. Games Workshop is incredibly expensive, but you can get the tall bottles of stuff you can get at the Hobby Lobby or Walmart of acrylic paints for less than $1 or so. And later I found out about inks and washes to provide shading and then highlight on that, so it gives me much more impressive work. And that sometimes makes me wish that I had some of these older miniatures again, just to paint them up and have them in comparison. Of course, that's kind of hard because many of these you can't find. They don't make them anymore. Companies went out of business and such. But there you go. That's just my first video here, and hope you all enjoy. All right. Thank you very much.